him from the yard.
This is Don the Diecast Pirate, and today I have for you the September build for the Subscriber's Choice. So here, what are you doing, guy? I know I just got you today, and no, you can't be in this video, so just go back. Alright, so let's bring in the F100. And I have some ideas for this, but let's get it up on the turntable and get a good look at it before we get started. And then, I don't know what color I'm going to do for paint and things like that, but I do know what I'm going to do for the build. And, well, I don't know what wheels I'm going to put on. Let's get it up and take a look at it. Alright, so here we have it. This Hot Wheels F100. Couple of things I'm noticing about it right off the bat before I even get started is these wheels have got to go. The other thing is there's no back window. There's plastic in there for one, but there's no back window in the thing. The other thing I'm noticing is there's no running boards. There's almost running boards, but they end at the edge of the door, so there's nothing to step out on. So we're going to have to see if we can do something about that. And the other thing that I'm really noticing is that cab is way too high. So I think we're going to chop the top on this, add some running boards, get it some better wheel and tires combination, and pick out an awesome color for this. So let's get it apart and see what we're working with. Okay, so let's see if we can get this apart. Now I remembered on these types of trucks I've seen other people take them apart in videos, and the back post is very short. So we may not be able to put a screw in it. So we'll probably have to glue. Yeah, there might be enough there to work with to get a screw in. It's a little longer than I thought it would be. So here's the base. And we're not going to do much with that. We'll get these wheels out of here. Find some more appropriate wheels for it. I just remembered a Ford truck wheel pack, so maybe we'll take a look at using some of those possibly, but those are the Greenline wheels. I'm not really fond of those. I bought a bunch of them, but to make them roll, what did I use those in? Oh, that green gas for the last one. Really had to modify to make it work, and I don't know if that would be suitable in this instance. So here's the interior along with the bed, and now I'm thinking I may make a custom bed cover, possibly out of styrene, just to cover that up. Well, depending on what paint, what color I decide to go with, we'll think about that. If I can paint the bed to match, of course that's a wood grain. Have to think about that. And then there's the glass piece, and like I said, there is a rear window in the glass, but we're gonna chop the top a little bit So the glass may not go back in. We may have to cut just a piece of clear styrene for the windshield. But I do want to cut a rear window opening in it. So we'll take a look at doing that too. But I think for right now, we'll get this to the stripper so we can get it down to the bare metal and see what we're looking at there. So we'll get that stripped, and then we'll come back and start making our modifications to this. Alright, so I think I left off with I was going to take it to the stripper and everything. And I had actually, I don't know if I showed cutting the roof loose before I did that, but pretty much what I did is I took the cutoff wheel on the Dremel and used that to cut around. I did open up this back window on the cab, and then I decided to go with these Summit wheels, and they're going to have to get cleaned up because they got plastic dust all over them from working to fit them. I had, because these originally had 10 millimeter wheels front and back, and I'm fitting 12 millimeter to the rear. So they did not want to roll. I think I've got it to where they will roll once they're secured down in the slot. I had to groove this slot down more, opened up these. I actually took my X-Acto knife and cut off the inner hubs on these wheels, like I've shown in another video, where I just slide it along and cut down, and then got it loose and cut it out. Also, then once that was done, I had to clearance the wheel wells inside, so you can kind of see where I did that, where I took different attachments on the Dremel and went down inside and thinned out these wheel openings this way, and then on the inside opened them up more. Also had to cut out the wheel wells on the inside. So I'm really thinking now that I'm going to go with a bed cover. I was originally thinking that I might do like a sand color, like a light wood, birch wood in the bed, and then, you know, make it like make it look like real wood strips. But I think now, because I had to do this, and I have made wheel wells in another truck build before, they didn't look exactly right to me. I made it work, but I want this to be like super special. The other one was just built for me. This one's being built to give away, so I think we're going to make a bed cover for this out of styrene, so we'll take a look at doing that. Also, after I got the cab, the roof chopped, well, then what I did is I put the glass up in there, and then with the interior, and then let it come down, and the glass was going to fit perfectly. So then I again took the cutoff wheel on the Dremel and just cut that down. So now what we have, and you're going to get to see the look of this truck now. It's not, and I still have more work to do on it. And now these axles are, well, the front axle was already going to be too long, but now the back axle for sure is. So I will have to cut out the excess and glue that in. But let's just get it up here so you can see the direction I'm going with this. Okay, So here's what we have. I still need to, as you can see from the top, you don't see the running boards. The running boards should come all the way out to the sides of the fenders, or close to it anyway. So we're going to have to get those made and a bed cover, and then we can start thinking about paint. I don't know exactly what color I'm going to go with this. It's not going to be a candy or anything like that. I still need to fill in these edges and smooth them out and clean up that glass since I've been handling it. And the interior will probably just leave black. I don't really think I need to do anything with that because I'm doing so much more with this. I mean, yeah, a different color would be great and everything, but I don't think we really need to worry about that because, in all honesty, once it's said and done, I mean, the focus is going to be on the truck, and the interior being black is not a bad thing. Obviously, the base is going to get painted, and I don't know. So look here, I'm almost thinking that I want to go with a black, but make it a satin finish. And I want to print out my logos on decals and put on the doors. So that's where we're at with it. I picked up this smaller work mat the other day for cutting things on because, yeah, the black mat is really like my table, so cutting things on there and marring it up is, you know, it's showing battle damage, and I just don't want to scratch it up anymore because this knife, you know, when you cut on there, it leaves grooves. So we'll use this for cutting styrene on. It's mainly what I got it for. Styrene. Okay. So, for you guys who have been following along with my Redline restorations lately, you know that I've been on a copper kick. I really want to try to reproduce the look of the copper cars, the original Redlines. And to that end, so let me put it this way. Earlier today, I did an eBay search for copper Redlines. Hot Wheels, Redlines, copper. And just to see what there is. And there's so many different shades of copper because of the toning of the cars and the different mixtures of the paint. I mean, there's no one thing that's right. Okay. And I just love how that copper CUDA looks. I want, when I'm really wanting to, when I paint those, to have them look like a penny, right? Just that bright, shiny copper. And I have this Tamiya copper I'm mixing with a toothpick very slowly. You can't mix this stuff quickly. It gets bubbles in it. And I wish I could shake this stuff up. It'd be so much quicker. But you wouldn't be able to use it until the bubbles all got out of it. So you have to mix it slowly. And this had been sitting for months and months and months since I bought it. I think this is the first time I've opened it, actually. Because I thought I had a Vallejo copper as well, but I couldn't find it. But this might be the way to go. If I mix this with a clear, it wouldn't be like a really translucent paint, but it might just make that look that I'm going for on those. And I really had to convince myself somewhat on this truck to go copper, because I really wasn't thinking copper. I don't know. I was kind of thinking black. And I thought, no, because the base is black, the bed cover's black. I don't really want a black on the truck. And I thought, well, a great contrast to that would be this copper color. So this is what we're going to go with, right? And I'm not really feeling any more chunky stuff in there. I think for the most part it's really mixed well. Keep going a little bit more just to make sure. But I'm hoping this comes out okay. And the other thing is, I got a surprise here for you in a minute. I'll apologize to the guys that I know are really wanting the stickers with my logo. I have not been getting those together. What I may do is have one of my children start packaging those so I can just label the envelopes and send them out to you guys. So I know my son's wanting some money for something, so maybe I can give him like $1 a piece. I hear package these for me. I'm sure he'd do it. Wouldn't take long. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you my subscriber's choice build for the month of September of the 49 F1. Let's get it up on the turntable and take a look at it. Alright, so here we have it, this Hot Wheels F100. Couple of things I'm noticing about it right off the bat before I even get started is these wheels have got to go. The other thing is there's no back window. There's plastic in there for one, but there's no back window in the thing. The other thing I'm noticing is there's no running boards. There's almost running boards, but they end at the edge of the door, so there's nothing to step out on. So we're going to have to see if we can do something about that. And the other thing that I'm really noticing is that cab is way too high. So I think we're going to chop the top on this, add some running boards, get it some better wheel and tires combination, and pick out an awesome color for this. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is a thing of beauty. So here we have it in the copper Tamiya. We chopped the top. If I had to guess, I would say if it was a 1-to-1 truck, we chopped it about 4 inches. It was the thickness of the cutting blade on the Dremel tool. Cut the window, the back window out of it, put a piece of styrene in there to fill in the bottom part of that window after we glued the top back on. I really didn't show it on camera. I had to cut out a lot in the back end of those truck to get those 12mm black Samed wheels to fit, but it looks so good with those. We added the running boards, painted the base black, made that custom bed cover, painted that black. It's the black Stynylrez, and I made those decals, and there's no white in them, so I don't think I can use this over a black or a darker color, but I think it looks really good on a lighter color that shines. And I always seem to forget that I don't have a printer that can print white, so this is what we get. But hey, so it colored in the tail pipes, the tail lights, that trim piece on the hood. I did that all in the silver Sharpie, in metallic silver Sharpie in the headlights. I didn't want it to be chrome. I thought the chrome Molotow would be too much for what this truck is. The chrome would take away from the sheen of the paint. So I went with the metallic silver Sharpie, so it looks more like an aluminum look instead of like a stainless steel or polished chrome. So we'll take a look underneath here. I haven't put the screws in yet. I got to cut those down. They're too long. And got the exhaust colored in with the silver Sharpie. And you see how well those running boards fit around the fenders. And that did take some work, and we've made the filler pieces to go on under the edges of the cab, so it fills that gap nicely. I said I was going to leave the interior black. Whoever gets this truck will be able to look in through the windows and see that I did detail a couple of things with the silver Sharpie, the glove box door in the center where like the radio might be if it had one, just to give it a little something. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out all the Diecast International builders. Pontiac builds this month. There's some awesome stuff out there. As of this moment, I have not watched them yet. I just uploaded my video and got this one finished tonight. So I got to get this video edited and get it uploaded for the live premiere tomorrow. And it is 12 after 12, so get this done, get the upload started, and I will see you at the live premiere if you're here. So anyway, go check me out on Instagram, guys. I'm putting reels over there so you get to see cars in motion. A lot of cars that I'm not putting in videos. I'm telling you, man, it's some awesome stuff over there, so go check it out. And if you would please go support me on Patreon. $5 a month, I'd really appreciate it. It would be a big help. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Click the like button and ring that bell for notifications. As always, this is Don the Diecast Pirate, and I'll see you next time.